My name is Anna Fung, and I have practiced law in British Columbia since 1986 after clerking in the BC Court of Appeal. And originally I was in private practice for 7 years. I audited at Davis & Company, then went to McCarthy Tatro, and then I went in-house in 1993, and I've been practicing as in-house counsel ever since.
Well, my name is Andrea Hilland, and I'm an Aboriginal lawyer. I am from the Newhalk Nation, and I grew up in Bella Coola, BC, which is about 500 kilometers north of Vancouver, so it's very remote, very small population there as well. And I've been practicing law since 2003.
Okay. My name is Raphael Tachi. I am in-house at Manulife Financial. Basically, I'm an estate planner by trade.
I'm Linda Liu. I graduated from UBC Law School in 1974. I was called in 1975.
My name's Oliver Ireland. I'm from Vancouver, BC. I've been practicing law for 25 years. I'm a single parent, so I practice law half-time, and I'm a parent half-time, and it's the best combination in the world. I've been doing wills and trusts and estates for the last 20 years, mainly with an emphasis of helping parents with severely disabled kids, and I love what I do. I love it.
My name is Danielle Jarvis. I am a lawyer in Vancouver. I'm the principal and founder of my little law firm called Jarvis Legal Law Corporation.
My name is Jennifer Chow, and I am a litigator with the Department of Justice in Vancouver, British Columbia, and I am also the president of the Canadian Bar Association BC branch.
Hi, I'm Deborah Taylor, and I'm chair of the BC Women Lawyer Forum. Currently, I'm associate counsel at Makoff & Company. I'm a litigator. I came to BC in 1994 to marry my Canadian husband. I'm from the US. I graduated law school from Tulane University Law School of Law in May 1993. I practiced law in New York City briefly before moving to British Columbia.
My name is Gerald Ingborg. I'm a partner with Fasken Martin O'Dumoulin here in Vancouver. Practice primarily is corporate finance, securities, M&A, and legally blind since birth.
I'm Jennifer Lau. I'm the Associate Director of Career Services at the Peter A. Allard School of Law. I am a 2008 UBC Law graduate. I was called to the BC Bar in 2010, and prior to starting my role at Allard Law, I was a judicial law clerk at the BC Supreme Court, and I articled and practiced at Ferris as a civil litigator.
My name is Preston Parsons. I'm an associate at a small labor employment boutique called Overhaul Law in downtown Vancouver, practicing labor employment, human rights, privacy law primarily. And yeah, I was called in 2011, graduated from UBC in 2010.
So what's it like to be a lawyer who's identified as LGBTQ? It can be a challenge depending on where you're at in your career and where you're located and who you're surrounding yourself with, or it's really, for a lot of people that I've come across, it might pop its head up from time to time, certain issues, but otherwise as time goes on and as society sort of evolves, it becomes less of an issue.
I can tell you what it's like to be a black lawyer. I can tell you what it's like to be me. And maybe some experiences are a little bit common among black students or black lawyers, but I think everyone's unique and everyone has different experiences.
Okay. What is it like to be a lawyer who is, well, I guess in my case, Chinese, right? Because that's the first thing that people notice and identify with. I think, in Vancouver in particular, it's not that uncommon to have a Chinese lawyer, especially nowadays. However, when I was going to law school, back in the 1980s, mid-80s, there were, less than 10 Chinese law students in a class of 250.
And I know that members of the Asian community have faced discrimination and stereotyping, myself included.
So I would identify as a lawyer who's the child of immigrants, immigrants who ran their own business. I'm a woman, I'm ethnically Hong Kong Chinese, Canadian citizen, and bisexual, married to a heterosexual man, and grew up fairly middle class, and I'm a lawyer who doesn't practice anymore. So all of that really kind of informs how I approach life, not just lawyering.
I suppose the easiest would be a lawyer who's gay. I don't find that there's much impact to me in my daily practice with respect to the fact that I'm a member of the LGBT community. Occasionally, I guess being a lawyer in the LGBT community means that there are some clients that are more comfortable expressing certain types of issues to you or coming to you with certain types of cases.
Everything you might mean a lawyer with a disability. Usually, sometimes it makes me feel quite out of place in the profession. It's very much like the legal profession is a very homogeneous group. But on the other hand, I know the experience gives me many skills that my colleagues don't have, and that enables me to serve my clients much better.
And it was much different 40 years ago than it is now, because 40 years ago there were hardly any women in the profession, and law firms weren't hiring women, let alone a Chinese female. So I find much has changed.
What is it like to be a lawyer who's legally blind? I would say at times it's challenging, obviously, but everybody has challenges, especially when you're trying to instill confidence in with your clients. It's very good to be upfront, explain to them what you're all about, a little bit about what you go through, but effectively give your clients the absolute reassurance that just because I have a visual impairment, it doesn't impact my work whatsoever.
I like to think of it as, celebrating the uniqueness of every individual. I think if we get to the stage where we can actually embrace every individual, and celebrate the differences in that individual, that make them unique. I think that's what diversity should be.
Diversity means acceptance of all of us for being different.
I think it means differences, but not just on the surface. It's understanding that everyone has different perspectives and different backgrounds and different values.
There's often multiplicity of diversities intersecting in any one person you talk to.
Diversity to me means a lot of things, including having a lot more ways to solve a problem around a table.
It means having a community, whether it be the legal community, the Vancouver community, the BC community, which has a lot of many different types of individuals, allows for everybody's quirks and everybody's uniqueness.
And I think because of the sheer fact of my experience, I come at legal issues and legal things differently. And so my background, I don't think, gives me any special access or special right to answers, but I look at things differently, so my approach might be different. We might end up at the same solution as everybody else, but the way I see it and the way I assess the impact of the law is different, right, based on my background.
For the last 20 years, I've been working with parents, many parents who have disabled children, and having had the experience of growing up with a disability really helped me to understand what I don't know where they're at, what their situation is like, or something to give much better, much more real advice than we get from many lawyers.
Being a visible minority means that I am more aware that there are wide varieties of views out there and that we should be sensitive to different perspectives and respect the fact that we don't all fit within certain stereotypes.
It makes you more aware of the cultural differences.
Growing up with people who are different from you and learning from them and experiencing the same experiences through a different lens is so important in understanding the problems that we face as lawyers with our clients and with the others that we work with.
And now I know a lot of lawyers who are LGBTQ and it don't necessarily, it's part of who I am, but it's not necessarily how I go out and how I market myself, and most of my clients don't know or don't care, and it's not something I need to, have them in for a meeting and tell them, right? It's just, it's not important.
At the same time that I was going to university, there was a logging blockade in my community. The hereditary chiefs were protesting clear-cut logging, and they really encouraged me to go to law school because they wanted somebody who they trusted to be able to explain the Canadian legal system to them and the Canadian legal system perspective on it. So that was also a triggering moment for me that I had this support and encouragement from the hereditary leaders to pursue this career.